Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gastons White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
And welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I'm Dave Gabbard, one of your co-hosts for this Open Mic Saturday, the first Saturday in December. Got my other brother, Daryl, sitting across from me.
Good morning.
Mr. Gene Smith, Hunter Education Guru. Got our webmaster extraordinaire, Guy Trebo, in the studio with us. And, of course, our ever relentless, I guess. He ought to be getting combat pay for this. Greg Ratliff, our producer, sitting on notice they put him on the other side of the window.
We don't get contaminated.
Is it to keep you safe or to keep me safe?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's finger-proof glass where you point that finger, and everything. But, in the last segment, we was talking about the trout stocking.
Right.
And people, you can go to the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency's website, tnwildlife.org, and the trout schedule will be up there. So if you have a hard time remembering those dates. And speaking of trout, being Open Mic Saturday, the first, we got Ron Branaman. You there?
Good morning.
Good morning. How's everything over at...
Everything's good. We got a real nice weekend going on. I think you all probably do, too. It's supposed to be in the mid-50s and sunny, and that's not bad for December.
No, I was just telling guys in that first segment, the long-range forecast by, next Saturday, they're talking high, middle 60s.
I know it. It's we better all take advantage of it and enjoy the outdoors. And the fishing's been good, and the hunting's been good, and so, we've had a strange fall. We've had some fall colors last week instead of in October. It's just kind of strange, but. Yeah. It's nice. The fishing's excellent on the river. They're running a little bit of water about every day, so we're ready to go.
And did y'all get all the rain the other day?
We got that good rain last week. We only ended up with a little less than 3 inches, so it wasn't as bad as what they had once predicted. But they did back off on it when it got a little bit closer. But we did get that 3 inches of rain. It helped quiet the woods down a little bit, and it wasn't too awful much, so we was kind of glad to get it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was the rain that did fall, like there at my place, we got probably 3.5 inches. It was a slow rain.
It was a 3-day drizzle.
Right. It wasn't fast and furious to get the big...
It was a nice rain and didn't hurt anything, and I'm sure it helped Mother Nature out.
Right, and I noticed some of the lakes and the ponds, it didn't even muddy the water up, so...
No.
So how's the fishing been?
The fishing's been excellent. They've been running anywhere from 4 to 5 units on most days, so we're catching a lot of nice fish, throwing some stick baits, your countdown rapalas and your rogues. And, of course, they're always catching a lot of fish on live worms and power eggs right now. And the fly fishermen can still catch some fish in this high water. It helps to be out in a boat, and they're doing a lot of drift fishing with egg patterns and little pink jig with a bead head on it, and anything that gets down in the water pretty good, San Juan worms and this type of thing, and your best colors on most of that are going to be pink and red probably.
Right, and does when the temperature cools off, I know in the warmer months, early in the morning, you have a lot of mist and fog, on the rivers.
We've been having some fog the last several days, and usually by about 8:30, 9 o'clock, it's burned off pretty good. And but real early in the morning, like at daylight, it may be a little bit tough to get out there in a boat for an hour until it clears out.
Right.
But it doesn't take long for it to clear out, especially once that sun pops up. If it's a sunny day, that sun burns it off pretty quick. But, it's a real pretty time of year to be out there when that fog's burning off that river, and it's just a gorgeous time. We got, like you say, a lot of wildlife on the river, a lot of blue herons and eagles and a few ducks running up and down the river, and just it's a nice time to be on the water, especially when it's 55 degrees in December. It's not bad.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And of course, it doesn't matter to the fish in the water because the water's what?
Water's always about 52 degrees year-round, so they don't know if it's June or January.
Right. It's just, they have to. But, and that's the good part about your resort over there. You might have, for a family to come where you might have somebody that wants to fish and just the others just want to kind of, as I say, chill and look at the wildlife.
Right. And we catch fish year round, and it's a great place to bring the family because kids can usually catch fish, and there's not too many slow days on the White River, to be honest with you. It's a world-class fishery, that's for sure.
And, well, good. Well, remind our listeners out there how to get in touch.
You bet. To make reservations, it's 870-431-5202. To email us for information, we can help them out a lot. It's Gastons@Gastons.com. And they can look over the resort and even do a virtual tour of the cottages on www.gastons.com.
Okay, and then, of course, you can link right to it from Larry's website, lroutdoors.com. So, well, we sure appreciate you taking time with us this morning.
We appreciate it. Thanks for calling. And tell Larry I hope he kills a good one.
Okay, well, you have a good holiday season coming up, and hope you catch a lot of fish.
We will. Thank you very much.
Okay. Ron Branaman of Gastons White River Resort.
That's a beautiful place over there.
Yeah, I'm going to make it over there one of these days.
I looked it on the internet. My sister's been there twice. She loves it.
And so it's but I think Larry, makes a sabbatical, takes a sabbatical and goes over there.
Right.
Throughout the year, but takes a lot of outdoor riders over there. It's I'm surprised that they let him stay in a cabin where, they actually trust him building a fire. But it's a remarkable place.
It is.
I've heard
it's nice.
Good things about it. So with deer season going on,
right?
I've noticed in the last couple of weeks we've had a rash of really tree stand accidents.
Oh, really?
I think we've had one fatality
the
other day, maybe in McNairy County.
It's been a while.
Well,
that's the most things happen. We don't have any gun accidents anymore. It's tree stands.
You look at I just got from our hunter education division, the report out the other day sent to me. It was like over the last 4 years, looking at statistics and stuff. And when you look at that, firearms accidents are way down.
Right.
We hardly have any firearm accidents anymore in hunting. And the ones, but we do have several tree stand accidents.
Yeah, some people like to get really, really high, like 15, 20 feet, which is fine, but you have to be really safe.
And, personally, I know a young man, that I've known growing up and everything, maybe 3 weeks ago, and he's safe, but he had a safety harness on with a climbing stand, but he had unhooked it to something he had to unhook to adjust, and it pitched him out, and he broke his back. But luckily, that with the with where the break was, his sister I was talking with, it said most doctors told him, he said you're lucky. Most people who have this injury, you'd be in a wheelchair the rest of your life, but he's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. He'll have a hard time going through a metal detector,
right?
With the rods and the pins and the screws and stuff. But it's one of those things. You just have to take your time. Any type climbing device like that with the harness and everything, and just make sure. I used to use a climbing stand years ago, and it was one of the things that
got Larry on the line.
Oh, Larry's on the line. I didn't see his cue up there. Is the Deer Whisperer with us?
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm in the redneck stand up here at the McCrory Farm, which is like staying at the Marriott. I mean, I'm 15 feet up, Gene, but this is like, I think this is bigger than my first apartment. I'm hunting with my son, Jason. It's a frosty morning, 27 degrees. There's frost all over the ground, which means the deer may be a little late coming out. Last time I was in this stand, I saw 13 deer, but that was with muzzleloader. But now we're with rifle, and it's a beautiful morning. There's no wind. It's quiet other than me whispering right here. But hope that Jason and myself can both kill a deer and do it live on the radio, and then take them straight to the Stengel Brothers outdoor processing right there out of Somerville. And we're hunting in one of their redneck stands. And this thing, folks, if you're looking for the ultimate Christmas gift, first of all, bring your wallet. But this is carpeted full out. It's got windows you can open shut. It's even got some windows that you can open if you're a bow hunter. So, but lots of deer tracks. I hadn't heard any shooting. I really think it's going to be a little bit later, which could mean that maybe later in the show I'll check back with you guys. But I appreciate you guys sitting in the studio. Is Guy Trevo there?
Yeah, the guy's with us. He stepped out for a moment. I think he's.
You went and got him something to drink.
Yeah, he had to go get his morning fix of coffee.
Well,
and
yeah, the traffic was really heavy this morning coming out Highway 64, and so were the police. So you deer hunters are getting a late start today. I know that. Be careful out there. I know after all the bad rain and everything else, this is the weekend that I think the Stengel Brothers are looking forward to, where they can hang 450 deer in that big cooler of theirs at one time. And I'd like to want 2 of those 450 to belong to me and my son Jason. So I will be checking back. You got a jam-packed show there. Lots of things going on in the Mid-South. I know we got the big St. Jude Marathon going on. But, of course, we got the big physically challenged deer hunt down at Arcabella that we're going to hear from Ernie Lentz pretty soon. Frank Barton is down there. Ron Wong was down there yesterday. They can always use some help with those 62 hunters from all over the United States coming down there to Arcabella, one of the great events. And I appreciate Frank Barton helping on that. But, hey, you're going to talk also about a book that a friend of ours has written. It's really fabulous about bear hunting in Mississippi. You don't think about that, but that's where the teddy bear came from, with Teddy Roosevelt on a bear hunt. So Jim McCaffrey's coming in there a little bit later, and we'll talk some cold weather clothing. Buddy, we have got on our clothes this morning. Believe me, I've got on my heated vest, my heated hoodie, my heated feet, my heated everything. I'm heated.
You're going to be radioactive.
Well, yeah, there's no matches being struck around here. Sure.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, that maybe to save on batteries, maybe somebody will invent you a little small nuclear reactor to put on your back. You just wire it all in.
Yeah, don't bring that up, okay? This is the Whisperer reporting from the LaCroix farm. I really appreciate the gentleman that's letting me use his stand. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me use this wonderful stand. Wow, it's easy to get into. It's got a ladder like you can into an airplane. So you can stop by the Stengel Brothers and check out one of these redneck stands. But for Christmas, okay, guys, I will check back in with you. My son is hunting on my left as you look on your radio dial out toward a food plot where they're coming out. I'm looking out over a real wide field where I saw about 3 bucks the last time we were in here. So we both got our 270s rifles ready to go with silver tip ballistic bullets, and we're ready. So we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay. The deer whisperer.
Deer whisperer.
That's what I got to admit. If equipment killed deer.
Oh, yeah, he'd be ready.
Yeah, it's like kind of like cars with decals.
That's
the decals on windows make cars go faster. I've seen some that should break the speed of
sound
light.
barrier, yeah.
Hey, I hear music. I see Greg pointing. So, y'all get up, stretch, go get you another cup of coffee like I just did. Come on back and join us for another segment of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Fields and walls.